Welcome back to Fight Night.
It is time, Crip, for game number 2. You liking that horn, huh?
I mean, what's not to like?
It's a beautiful horn indeed. I would love to have one of these at home.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally put this anywhere, and it would just lighten up the room.
Yeah. If I had a car, I would love to have something like that, like just on the front of the car.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
pretty
safe.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you were saying earlier we should make it into a mouse.
Yeah, I think
this would be the most awesome gaudy mouse in the whole world, just moving it around.
I mean, I'm a big fan of big mice, and I haven't imagined one that would be bigger or more majestic than that.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
Well, our next, to change the subject just slightly, because this is a show about Hearthstone.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have ThatsAdmirable play his Druid deck next. No big surprise there, as the other class he brought here today is
victimized by Harrison Jones.
Yes, you don't want to.
I don't know if he wants to go back to back against Harrison.
No, Harrison is going to be, well, it's going to be a very sad card for him if he has to play against it again with the warrior deck.
Which might be the case soon enough.
Losing Gorehowl to that, even though he draws one card, man, Gorehal's supposed to be your draw engine in a certain way. But anyways, the game has started, and that's Admirable. Kind of an expensive hand there.
I believe Admirable's best deck, at least as he sees it, is his Druid deck. So at the very least, we can expect him to play this very well. He's
considered a Druid expert, so this should be his absolute best play. And overall, I would say Druid versus Shaman, it's kind of just 50-50 in my opinion. It's like the better player, the better draw wins.
I feel that both Druid and Shaman, in terms of the control games, they're just coin flips against most things.
It seems that way, yeah. I do agree. Well, here he's just thinking about possibly coining out the Elemental, or possibly going Earthshock, because with Thalmos out, if you send out your Elemental too quickly, then Wrath is just going to kill it because of spell power. So I think he made the right choice there.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the play.
Yeah. And I think that was a great play for him on that turn to actually play the Thalmos, because that forced a situation like that when you know he has the coin and he's going to want to make a play like that.
Well, the Harvest Golem really has to die to like a bigger creature, so we have to see the Lightning Bolt making. Yep.
The problem with this is that the damage Golem plus the Wrath can take this out.
Yeah. Do you really do that though? I mean, if you do that, you eat up your turn.
You do, but other than that, you just play a Keeper of the Grove, and I mean, while the Keeper of the Grove kind of does something for you, I don't think it's enough. You know, yeah. I think that this was the right play. That's definitely what I would have done on that turn.
Alright. Well, Darkwonyx going to be overloaded by 1 here, so on 3 mana, I think he's doing nothing.
Totem.
Oh, a better totem.
Oh, sick totem, in fact. Especially after Wrath was just used. That's actually perfect.
Well, Admirable does have the answer with the Silence.
Yeah. But that makes him mana efficient, because this turn he would like to play that Azure Drake, but he can't. He has to play this Keeper.
I must safeguard the land.
Very easy turn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty glad that both these players are comfortable enough with their decks, so when they see like seemingly easy plays, they just make them.
Yeah.
And often these kinds of tournaments, even though it's an easy play, you see players like think it out way too long sometimes.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's well said, actually. You know, it shows that they're really quite expert at the particular decks, and I'm sure everyone has a deck like that, or 2 decks like that, where they just always know the play. They're like, come on, this is simple. It's a mana Tide Totem. I have to deal with it right now.
Well, he gets Doomhammered. Doesn't have a Harrison Jones to pay Darkwonyx back for the last round. But he does get by pretty easily with the fact that most of the creatures in his deck are fairly mid to late game. So they kind of dodge the quick kill.
Well, right now at 4 mana, not a whole lot of options. In fact, kind of a gross turn. Like, do you go ahead and
Unbound Lightning Bolt? Because you're only using 6 mana next turn anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or you don't
like that.
Maybe you don't have to lightning bolt. Just double rock bite into it. That's pretty painful though.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the 8 damage. I think that's too much. I think building your board a little bit with this is definitely a better play, and you take less damage, so that's always nice. I think he's afraid of Harrison Jones. It's not in there, as we can tell.
Well, they anticipated it correctly. I think it's fair to anticipate that the opponents also had the same suspicion.
Well, this seems to me to be pretty easy, right? You got to play the Ancient Allure. You got 2 of them in your hand. Turn 7, sick play. What do you think, by the way, of the Wild Growth being in there? It's a card that kind of, fell out of style. I
feel it's all right. I know there was some games being heavily weighted by the fact that after turn 10, Wild Growth was drawn from Wild Growth, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah. That was a long time ago.
And that is not something you want.
No, it's not the most useful draw at that point.
But if you do go first, your opponent wastes the coin and you have a counter to the card that they play. And you Wild Growth, if you have that opportunity, being 2 mana ahead in a deck that, might draw into some card draw cards the Ancient Allure or maybe a Gadgetzan.
It's pretty insane, actually.
It gets really out of control in the mid-game.
That's actually very well put. Ouch. It's got to do it, though.
Yep.
I was watching your stream this one day, and you had this Druid deck with, I think it was 4 class cards, one of which was a Wild Growth. Do you remember this game? You were rather salty.
Yeah. I remember something like this. Druid's one of those classes where if you have a lot of swipes in Arena, you feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And when you have none,
you feel less good. Substantially less good.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like naked, basically. It's like you got like River Crocs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have River Crocs like with frost bolts. So your River Crocs don't make it out.
They don't make it out alive.
No.
Alright, so on this turn, let's see, he's got the Innervate. The Silence does make sense.
Silence Yeti. And Innervate. Taunt.
Shields up.
Huh. Okay.
Keep the Yeti alive.
Alright, so for Darkwonyx here, he's getting kind of low on health thanks to this Doomhammer. Of course, it's helped him to really control the board quite a bit, but...
I think this is an Alakir play.
Alakir?
Yeah. I think you take Cairn, smash the 2/4, Alakir once into the Yeti, once into the Sun Fury, and then use a Doomhammer charge to finish off the Yeti, and probably just leave the last charge up.
Yeah. I quite like that. Other than that, he does have Gadgetzan plus Hex that he could be considering. I don't think that's nearly as good a play.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah. No, your way is really the one true way to clear the board out.
You can clear the board with attacking Alakir twice into the Yeti, and using the Doomhammer twice into the Sun Fury.
Yeah, I don't think that's better. In fact, that's just strictly worse because you take more damage on the Alakir, and you lose 1 more charge.
Oh yeah, that is strictly worse.
There's not a world in which that's better. Okay, so he totally sees exactly what's going on here. Down to 12 health, though. You got to be careful about that, because this is now turn 9, which means that, if there weren't a taunt out there, there's the possibility of just death.
Yeah.
But another nice board clear here, using that Black Knight and a Wrath.
It catches up nicely. He has an Ancient of Lore. Well, it's not like a Shaman's out of answers. You got the Gadgetzan Hex combo, which I think we'll see here along with the Squire.
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if he didn't go for that. Like, Hex, you got to remember, in these Druid decks nowadays, a lot of them aren't running things like Ragnaros anymore. So oftentimes a 4/5 or a 4/6 or a 5/5 is absolutely the biggest thing in their deck.
Who's gonna kill it? That's interesting. I don't think I would have done that with a Squire.
Yeah, I think I probably would have saved that one charge for now, but decides to just get it out of the way.
Also,
and you know what?
I don't think I would play the Squire, now that I think about it. Because it might get swiped. Oh, look at that. Swipe.
Look at the swipe.
Oh, look. Swipe.
Uh-oh. 7 health. Looks like ThatsAdmirable should be able to take this one.
Should be, but it's not over.
Well, obviously you have to deal with this 4/4, and the only real way to do that is, well, I would say you use the Lava Burst, but he might roll for a totem, and if he gets a spell power, you might want to end up not using the Lava Burst now. Oops.
I think here you just play the Squire.
Yeah. Well, it's not like he's going to have another swipe.
Isn't he? Actually, I believe he does have another swipe.
Well, no, probably not in hand, though, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so gonna go ahead and draw a card off this. Just chill win.
Job done.
Oh, he needs a taunt.
Well, that's not a taunt at all, is it? Obviously you're gonna roll a totem. And that should end up being game right there.
Yep.
That is not a taunt totem, and with a 4/4 charger as well as the Savage Roar, no way to stop this incoming damage.
There's no way to kill your own Thalmos to draw. Yep. That is game for Admirable. I mean, he's going to even it up, and he's playing probably what he feels is his most comfortable deck. That's good stuff.
Yeah. No, this is
About even.
What does Darkwonyx bring out, though? Does he go Druid versus Druid? Or does he bring out his third deck, a Paladin deck?
El Diablo?
I really want him to use that. I, like, you know, because I've been talking to you all day about it, but, like...
I feel the excitement.
I want to see this.
You're not alone on this one.
Yeah, you're a Paladin player as well. Alright, so Admirable tying it up 1-1.
Yep.
And he's got to be happy with that, you know, after that first loss to Harrison Jones.
Strong plays from both players. Just the Druid, just much more value, and he had the time to bring it out.
Yeah,
that's really what it came down to.
How do you like the Druid deck, by the way? Because it has some of those interesting cards that we were talking about, like the Wild Growth.
As interesting as some of the cards might be, I feel like when I play against Druid and people tell me this is different, this is different, I feel like I'm always playing against the same deck.
Oh yeah.
How about you?
No, I feel like you know, you change a couple cards and I feel like it gives the deck a different feel. Like in this situation, just that Wild Growth, just seeing that, I'm like, oh, that opens up like a whole new world of different things that could happen in the early game. So,
well, it did.
It did.
Just not with that.
No, certainly not. All right. Well, now that it's tied up 1-1,
see what decks they go with.
Charge!
Like, they built all their decks to be warriors. Like,
yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't understand why they would do that.
Yeah, maybe they like lose against times just dying.
Like, he plays a really weird deck with
he has
growth and Savage Roar.
Yeah, it's really weird. And Black Knights. I don't think I'll go Druid because it has Black Knights.
Yeah, you should go for it.
I could go for that.
Yeah. And then
Tyrion Sunwalker is a problem, however.
How many do you have?
One Sunwalker.
And then it's like you play.
And I have Defender as well. Like, play around. It's pretty hard to play around Black Knight with one taunt.
You have even more like to do the claw.
But I can go charge on those.
It's pretty good in the Druid.
To be honest. Yeah.
I don't even have Hunter in my lineup.
Yeah.
Today.
I mean, I don't think he can be like, you're gonna crush him in the Druid Mirror, and then he has Paladin left.
Yeah, Paladin's a really easy matchup. Yeah. Especially because of the Warrior, since we put Harrison in.
I think Paladin's easy.
Since we put Harrison in, yeah. Because True Silver was like hard to beat because they could just kill your Frothing Berserkers, your Armorsmiths. But now, like, if they ever develop it for a future use, or like they use one charge, you can just draw a card and blow it up, and then you have a 5/4.
Yeah, he's gonna run his druid.
Oh, he's definitely gonna run his druid. He wants to revenge. Yeah. Yeah, I can just feel it.
But he wants the Paladin for Warrior because it's built to be.
Yeah, that also.
It's definitely easier to play around the Black Knight and the druid.
I think I want to save the Paladin for its Warrior because Harrison.
Yeah. You have Harrison, yeah.
Yeah.
But
the druid works against War as well, however.
That druid deck is actually better even without Harrison. I think it's better against Warrior.
Yeah.
So I think you need to try and kill off this druid. Otherwise you just come back with your druid deck and kill it both.
I can go Paladin, I can.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm running Sylvanas instead of Ragnaros too.
That's not good though.
You don't think it's good? It's hard for him to consecrate that.
True, but
yeah.
Ragnaros is the thing that generally ends up
killing him?
Like, yeah, you can do like really sick things with it. Like force out of quality.
I like Sylvanas. I think Sylvanas forces out of quality.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Usually what I just see is that they just get the True Silver and
just execute the Sylvanas.
Yeah.
You can like quality like that. And then run your guy into Sylvanas and whatever he takes dies to consecrate.
Yeah.
So.
I think I got it though.
Yeah.
When I drew Harvey on 3, I was like, yeah.
I saw that.
Game ogre. The value this town needs.
See you after the break for more Fight Night.